This is vegan style.
I'm on a little hike in the forest jungles of New York City, Brooklyn, New York City. So I was just walking around. I just made a big salad with baked tempeh and ate it in the park, and I was reading Dr. Douglas Graham's 80-10-10 book, sort of the manifesto of the raw vegan fruitarian lifestyle. I just started the book, and he was reading this chapter about what foods we are naturally designed as humans to eat. What he was saying makes so much sense. Each animal species in nature is designed to eat the food that stimulates them upon look and smell and texture and taste and everything. And so he went through every food group. He went through meats and dairy and processed foods, legumes, grains, fruit, starchy carbs like potatoes, rice. And when you take yourself out of the context of the modern human that has tools and technologies to make food taste much better and be much more digestible, and just tune in to your instinctual self, it makes so much sense, the diet that the human should be eating. So for instance, are we carnivores? When you look at a squirrel, or when you smell your sweaty dog and smell their butt and smell their breath, do you start salivating? When you see a rat cross the street in the subway, do you just say, "Oh, if only I could have that for dinner"? When you see a roadkill deer on the side of the road and smell its fermenting guts and maggots all over it, does that attract you? Because for many animals, such as dogs and foxes and lions and cats, the smell of the fermenting guts of a deer is just about the tastiest thing possible, and they will get all up into that and put it all over their face, and they will eat it, and that is what they've been designed to eat. That's what their digestive system can handle. Their intestines are about 10 times smaller than the human intestine and all plant-based species, because if their intestines were long, meat would ferment in their intestines, but with the long intestines of a human, it allows for us to digest fiber like fruits and vegetables. Sure, you start salivating when you think of an Outback steak, cooked on a grill, marinated in peppercorns and a bunch of spices, and put on a fancy plate with nice grill marks. Ooh, check out this bee. But on its own, in its natural state, we're trying to get back to nature. What does the human body want? There is nothing appetizing about dead flesh to the human, because that's not what we're meant to eat. So now let's contrast that. Taking a pee, New York City public parks. That's right. Nature is my bathroom. So now let's try to figure out what is the substance, the type of food, the type of plant or animal or anything that the human species, the human body, loves and wants to eat. Close your eyes, grab an orange, put it by your nose, and start peeling it open. It's practically like an orgasm. No joke. It is just about the most delicious, sweetest thing in the world. Take a mango, cut open a strawberry and graze it on your tongue. You will start weeping of happiness. It is so freaking good, because the human body craves sugar, carbohydrates to live and fuel itself. The human body specifically. It doesn't mean that fruit is for all beings. No, for cats and dogs and true carnivores, meat is how they survive, how they thrive, how fat is how they fuel their cells. But it's indisputable that the way that the human body wants to fuel their cells is through carbohydrates, through sugar. Sugar found in nature, not sugar found in a packet or in a syrup. Sugar in an orange, sugar in an apple, in a date. The beautiful, beautiful types of fruits and some vegetables too. So this is why I'm such a massive critic of these paleo primal people that say, let's get back to nature and eat a bunch of animals. The only reason that the human species has eaten animals in the past is in times of famine. It's our last resort. It's either calories from animals or we're dead. If you're in the middle of an ice age and there are no fruits or vegetables or plants growing, you need calories to live. You're gonna eat even the calories that are gonna make you sick as long as they make you live for the next day, which is why we ever ate meat. There's nothing instinctual in our human genome that says, give me dead flesh. I want dead flesh. We want sugar. We want fruits. We want vegetables. We want the nutrients that allow us to live. The most important vitamin for human immune system bodily function is vitamin C, without a doubt. Guess what? All carnivores make vitamin C on their own in their bodies. They can synthesize it. Humans, because we're plant eaters, we do not synthesize it in our body. We need to get it through foods. Foods like oranges and red and green bell peppers. Almost all fruits and vegetables have a form of vitamin C because we need it to live, because we need to eat fruit. Meat eaters do not need vitamin C, which is why they don't eat fruit, which is why they're meant to eat meat. But we are not meant to eat meat. So you want to go paleo? Plant some fruit trees in your backyard, plant a vegetable garden, and eat what grows out of the ground in your backyard. That's what paleo is. So I eat these cooked foods, I eat these beans, these grains, these legumes, because I think they are not going to destroy my health and they help me accomplish my goal of putting on mass and having energy. But if you want to get paleo on me, if you really think about it, we as a human species are not meant to pick tiny grains of rice out of a plant. Birds are meant to do that, and they have beaks, they have prying sharp beaks to do so. They're precise. Also, when you think about sweet potatoes and roots like beets and potatoes, tubers, we are one of the worst digging creatures of all time. We don't have claws. If you want to get paleo, we were not born with shovels. Go down into the rocky soil where potato plants are growing, try to dig it out with your hands. You're probably going to cut up your hands. It's going to be so uncomfortable for your fingernails because we don't like to be dirty as a species. And also try biting into a raw sweet potato. I've done it before. You can do it. You can digest it, but it sucks. It is not good. It is not sweet enough. We need fire and we need tools and we need spices and all this stuff to make a lot of these plant-based cooked foods palatable. But really, if we want to listen to what nature intended for us to eat, all you got to do is trust your taste buds for natural foods. A steak that has been grilled and marinated full of random spices taken from India and around the world is not a paleo natural product. A deer killed on the side of the road, now that's paleo. And let me know, send me an email the next time you're biking on the road, you see a dead raccoon and you just start salivating and it's just so good. It'll never happen because the human species is not meant to eat it. And for all of you nutrition experts that have never taken a class in nutrition and think that fruits just have 100% sugar in them, fruits have carbohydrates, protein, and fats. Take an avocado, for instance. It's up to 70% fat. Take a goji berry, which is just a berry. It has tons of complete protein and carbohydrates and fat.
is vegan style.